there, wrestling fans, and welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now, introducing your host with a combined weight of none of your business, it's Metal Geek and Joe Panther III, the Dudes at Ringside podcast.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to episode 103 of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe the Panther III, and now introducing to the mic from the top of Metal Mountain all the way down to all 50 states and all the globe, it's the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe?
Not too much. Hey, Marauder, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. And Riley Measures. Riley Measures. What's going on?
What's going on?
We have a big show today. You want to introduce our guest, Geek, or you want me to give her a nice...
You always introduce the guest. It's your honor, Joe.
Okay. Let's give a war. Dudes at Ringside, welcome to
Kayla Sparks. Kayla
Sparks.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Welcome. So
thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Even though
thanks for coming on.
It's an honor, like absolute honor to have you on. So
it's an honor to be here. Thanks so much for asking me to be here.
Of course, we're like we as I said, we were on it before live. We were on a Zoom with a group of people with disabilities, and like we got honored to be on there, and it's like so funny to be on the opposite end, people asking us questions. So like now we know what you guys go through, waiting for us to come into the room, see us pop in, do our little fun, funky intros, and then we did the intro during the Zoom. It was sort of funny. So, if our fans are not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
So, my name is Kayla Sparks. I've been wrestling. Actually, I started wrestling when I was 13 years old. I know that's really young. Back in the day, I wrestled around the Northeast for about 6 years or so. I suffered an injury. I had a really bad concussion, which unfortunately I had to stop wrestling. It's been my dream since I was 3 years old to be a wrestler. I've grown up watching wrestling, and just recently I came back after a 14-year hiatus after being out of the ring, and it's just been like boom, 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 one thing after the next since I came back. It's been about like 2 months since I came back in the wrestling world, and things are going great right now. I can't complain. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So
who trained you?
Chip Stetson trained me from it was a local school in Schenectady, New York. I don't know if anyone's familiar. It's based in Albany, New York is the capital, but it was called 24/7 Wrestling, and Chip was he was amazing. He really welcomed me with open arms, and I was the only female student at the time. So that was a little like nerve-wracking, but also it empowered me to like hold my own and like be like one of the guys and stuff. But everyone treated me like, like family, like, which is nice to have that in a wrestling like school environment. But yeah, I learned so much from Chip. He's old school, so he actually has over like 25 years of experience with wrestling. So he's a really he's an amazing person. He's actually more like because he saw me grow up, so he's more of like a father figure to me, kind of. So like my heart. He's actually he's trained me since I've been back in wrestling. He's helped me get back into it again, which is really nice. So
that's awesome. If you get a chance when you speak to Chip, tell Chip that we'd be honored to have him on the podcast in a future episode too, because we love hearing the wrestler side of the story and then the trainer, like the trains everybody to see, so they could see what they're molding. Like, if you think about it, they're they're like the molders of the future, like statues of the world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
I
he
totally get
does.
it. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
mold you to make you what the world wants to see.
Right. Yeah. He was an amazing mentor, like for me. Like I have nothing but nice things to say about Chip. Like he really like brought me in. I was really he really brought me out of my shell because I was super shy. Like I was 13 years old, you know. I was just going into ninth grade high school at the time, and like wrestling really like brought me out of my shell more and to be more confident. And Chip really like he helped me so much, like bring out my character and just be, you know, be comfortable in the ring and safe and all that stuff. So I owe a lot to Chip.
That's awesome. That's totally awesome that like someone's helping you at 13 years old,
Yeah.
something that you've dreamed of doing all
Hmm.
your life, and you finally get a chance to do it. So, Geek, you ask your favorite question, your favorite question you always ask.
I was actually going to jump right into it and say, I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier. You wrestled Thunder Rosa in the first
Yes.
opening match at Arthur Ashe Stadium, and what
Right.
was that? What was that like wrestling in front of 20,000 people?
Oh my God, guys. I mean, you can't even like I'm still pinching myself. I can't believe that it actually happened. I'm still speechless talking about it. I'm still on such a high. I know it happened over like 2 weeks ago, but I'll never forget that moment like the rest of my life. That was just one of those like pinch me moments that you just dream about. Like I said, I've been such a huge fan of wrestling ever since I was like 3 years old. So to be in that ring, let alone like to wrestle Thunder Rosa, who's like amazing. She's like the best in the world, you know, as far as like not even female wrestling. Like she's an amazing athlete, she's an amazing wrestler, and just to be in the ring with her in front of 20,000 fans and, you know, being the first match out. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the pictures, but I just was such in awe, and I was just really taking it in, like looking at the crowd, just being like, wow, this is it. Like this is like my dream come true, and it was amazing. I couldn't have like you can't. I literally feel like I'm like in a fairy tale like movie right now. I can't believe I'm actually talking about it. That this is actually
Yeah,
happening.
the fun part of it, like
Yeah.
you've dreamed to do something like that, and all of a sudden you're standing in Arthur Ashe Stadium in the middle of the ring, face to face with Thunder Rosa. The
Right.
name everybody says, and they're like, "Oh my God, Skullface, Thunder
Right.
Rosa."
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what was going through your mind, but when I was actually there at Arthur Ashe Stadium, sitting in the stands,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
you could not hear anything but
No.
people yelling,
Yeah.
cheering, going crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
you couldn't. To be honest, you couldn't even hear Thunder Rosa's music come out.
No,
You
you
couldn't
could,
hear-
I mean, I literally,
That's how.
I get chills just thinking about it because I remember standing there and just like the energy from that crowd was amazing. Like it's just things you can't even put into words. It was just one of those once in a lifetime, like like it was amazing. Like you said, I couldn't even hear. There was a point where like I was almost like in the moment where I was almost like clapping when she came out because I was so excited for her because that was a big moment for her too. I mean, that was like you heard all those fans cheering her on. Like we were the first match out and in front of 20,000 fans. I mean, you can't beat that. Like that was amazing. Like what a,
And,
you know, feel good moment.
yeah, not only that, you were the first wrestler to come out through the
Yes.
curtain. So the first wrestler,
Yeah.
no other wrestlers came out.
Nope.
You were the
The
first
first
one to come
one.
out.
And it
First
was an
one.
historic event too, AEW, that like so many like it was just amazing, like just being there and like in that stadium surrounded by like people I grew up watching and idolizing, like the wrestlers, and just being there. I was cheesing all day, and I mean I couldn't stop smiling. I mean I smile a lot anyway, but like oh my gosh, I just couldn't stop. I was just so happy to be there and so honored and humbled that I was asked to be there and to be the first match. I mean that was a lot. We definitely set the tone for the night, and I was so proud to like be there in the ring with Thunder Rosa, and that, you know, we really put on a good show.
that's the number one thing. When you're doing a show like they just did in Arthur Ashe Stadium, and it's the first for that promotion to be there, you always have to make something that people will never forget.
You have to deliver. You have to deliver.
Deliver.
Right?
It's also not just in like some podunk town in Alabama. Sorry. But
Yeah.
we're talking about New York City.
Right.
The keys to the
Queen.
world.
Yeah.
That's the
Yep.
wrestling keys to the world. If you
Right.
can New York wrestling fans, you got them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, I watched the match back and they said, hometown. I just get chills thinking about it when they said, hometown, I'm from Schenectady, New York. So that just like being in Queens, New York, it was such an amazing moment just to be in New York because, I'm a New Yorker. So like just to be around all those fans, I'm sure that came all over the world to be there that night was such an honor. Like I can't even,
Yeah.
it makes me want to cry. I'm just like, it was such a good moment.
Yeah. And it's funny because like now thinking about it, I was like, cool. She agreed on the time because last night we had your friend Christina Marie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And now I know you're New York time. Yay, high fives. We didn't have to deal with the time difference freaking out because
Yeah.
for our podcast, we deal with people from London, England, as far as Germany,
Australia,
Scotland,
Yeah.
places like that. So we're like trying to scramble on a time. Okay, 2:30 is 7:30 in
Different
England.
time zones. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that, like
It
kind of
gets confusing, yeah.
it's like me and Geek are learning how to tell time from different countries. They're like, we're learning.
all right, Google. It's like find out what time is it over here, so we can figure this out.
That's mostly my search bar on my iPhone. If it's 2:30 in America, what time is it in England?
I know the power of Google. Like Google, if we didn't have Google, I don't know. I mean, there were days. I mean, we grew up. Well, I grew up, in the 90s where there wasn't Google or anything. I don't know what we would do without it, honestly. Like everything is so.
But sometimes we don't feel bad because me and Joe would wake up to messages in the morning because we're both mods on the page, so we wake up to messages like from all over the world. So it'd be like, "Hi, I would like to come on your podcast early in the morning." It'd be like 4 in the morning or something like that.
Right, some random time.
Right, Joe? It'd be like,
oh my god, it's like Christmas. Before Geek was a mod on the page, it was like I'd be backing up in the driveway at the end of my job, my grocery store, and my phone would just go, boom, full.
Yeah.
Yay! My job, Key Food doesn't have a Wi-Fi, and I tell him black hole.
Yeah.
But now he's a mod. I feel sad. It's like I turn on the thing and there's no more. There's nothing. I'm like,
I usually,
yeah. So you have a movie coming up. So you want to talk about that?
Oh my gosh, guys! I feel like I'm in a movie. So I also have I wrestled in front of 20,000 fans, and I also have a movie coming out. It's a TV series. It's a short episodic 8-episode series that we worked on. I was the executive producer on it, so I was able to be hands-on with everything, and it's just so crazy. So the way it happened was my friend Shane Alden, who we go way back. We both wrestled for the same company called World of Hurt Wrestling, which is it's still active right now. Which is awesome. That was where I wrestled a lot when I was a teenager, and he wrestled a lot there when we were both teenage. But recently, him and his wife Kelly, they have their own filming company called New Light Media Films, and he reached out to me earlier this year, and he heard me do I did another podcast. It was actually my first podcast I've ever done, a wrestling one, and like I said, like 14 years. Like I took a hiatus, and I just they approached me. Tony from Shining Wizards asked me if I wanted to do an interview. I was like, wow, it's been a while, but I did it. And my friend Shane heard the podcast, and he's like, wow, he's like, your story is actually really inspiring. I've been wanting to do a wrestling series, but haven't found the right story or the right person. But your story is really amazing. Would you be interested in doing a TV series? And I'm like, hell yeah. Like I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I just literally came out of nowhere. So I'm like, let's do it, so that's how that all started out. And we started filming back in April, and we gathered a bunch of the cast and crew, which they all were amazing. Chris Gaunt was the director, producer, and actor on it. So he did a lot for that, which I commend him. He was amazing. Like everyone was just so amazing on the set. And Marissy Rose played me. She did amazing. And not to give like the characters and stuff. There's another character in the show that's based off because with like TV series, there's some things are fictionalized, and like so my story is there, but some of it was fictionalized, but at least like the main story and the characters are there. But you guys will be really like interested in watching it because it also it's just a story about not only my wrestling, but it's a story of like coming of age, like because it's based like when I was in high school. Like as I mentioned, I started really young, so that was you guys get to see that, and also my coming out story, which I don't know if a lot of people know, but like I didn't come out till I was like in my 20s, but there's a lot of story to it, but that's some of the things in there which I hope that people watching it will be like for as far as like the LGBTQ community will be inspired to watch it and not be afraid to come out or not be afraid to like if not to give things away, but like my family didn't agree with a lot of that when that happened in my life, which you'll see in the TV show, but it's just a lot of hard things too, like in the TV show that come up, but that's life, everyone goes through their own like struggles and things they go in life, but I'm excited for everyone to watch it. But yeah, one of the characters in there is based off of she was a Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, I know we know
her. She, yeah, she's amazing. Like so
we know her back then when she was in Ring of Honor and Shimmer.
Yeah.
So
with Shimmer, yeah, she's been around for a very long time, and she was one of my mentors when I was wrestling back in the day because we shared the same locker room, and she would always give me like the best advice about not just wrestling but just personal stuff, and she was just always someone I could go to like as like a friend, or like I always looked up to her. A lot of the girls looked up to her back then and still do, like as a like kind of like a locker room leader type, because that's how she is. And like so one of the characters is based off of her character. I don't know if you're familiar, but she's famous. Her name is Hoops. Nikki Alexander played her character that's based off in the TV show.
Isn't that the girl from the oh my gosh, the show from VH1 with
yes, Flavor of Love or Flavor Flav.
That
was her. Yep.
Long time. My God.
Yeah, she's amazing. I mean, oh my gosh, like I can tell you a story about her. Like, so like she never met me yet, and like we were exchanging like we were talking over social media and stuff, and I was telling her my story, and she was really actually like really inspired by it and wanted to be a part of the TV series, which meant so much to me because I mean for someone like her, like she's just such like a ray of sunshine. Like we have so much in common. Like she's just really amazing. Like there was an issue with the airplane the day that we had to shoot for Against the Ropes, and then there was then she anybody like a famous person could have been like sorry guys, my flight got canceled, I can't come, I can't make it, but she really wanted to be a part of this, and then that meant so much to me. And then her flight got canceled again, then she got an Uber all the way from like Pennsylvania to come to like Albany, New York, just to film like the shoot that for the show. And like I couldn't believe, like she's like, no, I have to be there for Michaela, like this means a lot to her and it means a lot to me. So like I'll never forget that. Like it's just so humbling. Like everyone that I've met on the set and the cast and the crew have all been wonderful, and just like it's just such a surreal, like I just can't believe there's a TV show about my life, and like and just the people that I've met, I'll never forget. Like I'm so like blessed, and sorry to go off on a tangent, but I'm just so blessed and happy to meet.
Trust me,
if
somebody made
before we go live. This is we're always the one that asks the questions, but you have so much going on right now.
So just go on.
Give you the microphone. It's now the Sparks inside. So like
Yeah, sorry guys if I tend to talk too much. Like we were talking about before, I'm like half Italian, so I can kind of get in.
We love the guest talks and tell us their stories because, like, without you guys, there is no Dudes at Ringside. There is no fun interview with the guests. Like, this is what we loved doing. We love talking to. With our podcast started out, like you could also ask us questions.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Ask away. Ask us.
How did you guys? Okay, so like, how did you guys start like your podcast?
It was just an idea. Like this was all Geek's idea.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the whole thing. I did not want anything to do with doing a podcast. I just like being like I'll watch stuff on YouTube or I'll just but I'm a Ghostbusters fan, like a super fan, like Proton Packs. My original name on Instagram is Ghostbuster Joe.
I love it.
Like I watch these podcasts. You should check them out if you like nerd culture. They're called.
I do. Yeah, you probably wouldn't know, but yeah, I'm a nerd. I love all that kind of stuff, like Power Rangers and that kind of.
Look them up. They're called the Yes Have Some podcast.
Okay, I'll check it out.
They love you because they love wrestling too, and they love AEW. So you should message them. Hey guys, Joe from Ghostbuster now Joe Panther III told me to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
I watched them, and I also watched this other one that's just Ghostbuster related, and they look like they had so much fun. They make fun of each other, and they joke. I'm like, I've been doing that for years with Metal Gear.
Right, yeah.
But we
might as well just do it online.
Right,
yelling at each other on the internet. Now it's because in the beginning, all we would do is review shows, and I'm friends with a male and female, a husband and wife wrestling group that. Foxy and Damien Dragon, once again, thank you always to them helping us out.
Oh my gosh, I know them.
You know Foxy and Damien?
I do. I actually do. Wow, those names I didn't know if you knew, but yeah, I know them very well. We shared locker rooms back in the day, and they're amazing. They're both amazing. Like I have nothing but awesome things to say about them. Like they're truly like amazing people. They actually helped me out, when I was on the indies, and I don't know if back in New Jersey we wrestled a lot. With them, but yeah, Foxy and David, they're awesome people. So
they got us. They opened the door for the indie wrestlers for us. That they always get our like big thank you. Like without
that's amazing.
Biggest thank you. Without that, there's no Dudes at Ringside podcast.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That makes me so happy.
I watched the reason why other than Yes Have Some and the cross rip. I watched their show, Nerd Herders, all those years of sitting at like 9 o'clock, sitting there waiting on my laptop till the Nerd Rage theme song pops on the screen. And I'm like, oh my God, these guys are so cool. Like I got chills. I would call in all the time and they were like, 631, you're on. And I'm like, no.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, they're amazing. I'm not surprised. Like, that they were so awesome to you. Like, that makes me happy.
I've known them for 13 years.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. And I've been a super fan of Foxy. Like I even made a Facebook page for Foxy. It was the Foxy Dream page. Or I called it. But like, and then me and Geek were just reviewing Raws and SmackDowns.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
that was Joe, you left the most important part out. That it's during the pandemic where nothing was going on.
Yeah.
So
me and Geek met in college. We were college best friends, as I said. And like
party.
It's the most important. We're best friends. Like we've been best friends in college. Like
that's amazing. Yeah.
And he's a fan. I'm more of the old school guy on the podcast. I like to bring up the old school. So do you have any like inspirations from like back in the day with your career? Like who would be like your big inspiration from back in the day?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I could like make a list. So like, when I was 3 years old, I actually have a clip. You could probably check it out. It's a cute one. It's like, my 3rd birthday, and I remember my family gave me you remember those TV tray those tins like to have like a TV dinner, those trays. They had one Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior were on it, and I'm literally like opening my present. I'm like so like in awe of like opening it. I'm like, oh, Kogan and Warrior, and like just like I loved wrestling like at such a young age. Like I would sit in my recliner and watch it like every like Saturday morning and just like be in awe of everything. But as I got older, my favorites, I was a WCW girl. I grew up watching that. But WWE as well. But yeah, WCW, Sting was my all-time favorite. I was him for Halloween several years actually, which I know it's like back then for me, like when I was in school, it wasn't really accepted for like girls to like wrestling. So like nowadays I feel like it's like normal for, girls to watch wrestling or not be made fun of. But back when I was in school, I was made fun of a lot for liking wrestling because I was a bit of a tomboy and stuff. But yeah, Sting was my inspiration. I loved him. The Crow gimmick and everything, NWO, Wolfpack, all that. I loved all the lucha, like Rey Mysterio and Juventud and all those guys growing up. I was an NWO
Yeah.
Wolfpack girl, Kevin Nash and all
I'm
that.
a big Kev. I don't know, funny. Like I know people that hated Kevin Nash because I'm a big fan of luchadors, and I'm a Rey Mysterio super fan. And he threw Rey Mysterio into that bus, that truck. I was like, no.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's a big question:
Yeah.
if they could start an all-female NWO, who would be in it?
Oh my gosh, you guys put me on the spot. Like if we did it today.
If we did today, yeah.
Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa.
Maybe it'd probably be all my people. So like, if it was my NWO. Let me think here. Wow, putting me on the spot. Thunder Rosa. I don't know. Christina Marie.
Yeah.
Ashley Vox. I think of my people. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying random names. I probably, it'd probably be a cool, like, fun gimmick anyway. I mean, the NWO was like classic back in the day. I mean, who doesn't, it was but I was definitely an NWO like Wolfpack.
I love the Wolfpack, that song. Oh God, that song is timeless.
Yes. Oh my God. Those days were the best.
I immediately do this. I'm like, yeah. At a baseball arena like 2 or 3 years ago, I think I'm with Geek at a Yankee game, and all of a sudden you hear that wolf howl, and I was like,
I know, it just gets chill. I know. When the beat drops, yep.
And it's funny because speaking of Yankee game, it was before the show. Yeah. Thunder Rose is doing a live at Yankee Stadium, and Geek's like, she's wearing an Oakland Asia jersey at Yankee Stadium.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I was saying that. I'm like, Thunder, you bought a Yankee jersey, girl. No. Could have borrowed it from one of the crew. No.
Yeah.
I feel bad, like she's a Cali girl, so that's her Oakland. That's like her team. So like,
yeah, I know.
I felt bad. I was thinking, Thunder, you're in Yankee Stadium. But I understood where she was coming from because she's a Cali girl and she probably didn't have a Yankee jersey and stuff like that. So
to get the experience,
yeah, she's representing. So she's representing her hometown. Why are people loving us now? Oh God. We're getting all kinds of videos now.
Oh wow. I'm sure there's so like going back, so like WCW and then Chris Jericho. Which is just crazy. So like when I was backstage at AEW, I was just, like I said, I was in awe. There's people I grew up watching. I couldn't stop, like I couldn't believe it. Like I'm on the same show as people I grew up watching and idol, like posters on my wall and everything, like the whole nine. I went up, Chris Jericho was one of the people I went up to, and he was so nice. He was so warm and welcoming. And I was just telling him like my story, and he was so like intrigued by it. And he was just like, he gave me like the biggest hug, and like he was amazing. Like everyone there was so amazing. Like when I was backstage, and like, and then another one was Matt Hardy. I was a huge Hardy Boys fan. They inspired me a lot. Like if you see pictures of me from back when I was a teenager, when I first started wrestling, I wore the Hardy Boy, pants, those Jinko, like the cargo pants.
Joe was the biggest Hardy Boys fan back in the day.
Oh my God, you make fun of me. I had that bright neon Hardy Boys t-shirt. Yep. I tried to wash it and wear it all the time. My friends were like, You have
If
any
you-
other shows in your closet, Joe? Yeah, but what's the Hardy Boys?
Yeah.
The biggest fan
I
of
got
Lita.
mad when they broke up. I had a heart attack. I was like,
I know it.
what make me do? I was obsessed with Lita. That's why I was like, I'm more or less, I would have been that third member that would just stare at Lita. Lita, do you need anything? I want to hear about Lita.
Yeah, they were, I mean, oh my gosh, they were amazing. They inspired me so much just because, you know, they came from like nothing, and they had a dream, and that was like what I dreamed about was being a wrestler, and they made it happen. And like, look at all the success that they've had and all the fans and like everything that came with it. So they really inspired me. So like when I when I saw Matt backstage, I just had the cheesiest smile. I'm just like, I said to him, I'm like, I'm sorry, like you think I'm crazy. I just have like the cheesiest smile right now because like here you are, I'm meeting you for the first time. And like he really like he was awesome. Like when I told him my story, I'm like, can I show you pictures of like back in the day? I showed him a picture. It was me like in my bedroom with all the Hardy Boy posters, like every other girl had posters in their wall. You probably thought I was like crazy, but I'm just like, no, you know, you really inspired me, like, you know. And I had like the Hardy Boy, remember those foam
Oh, the foam
they had in
fingers.
the crowd?
Yeah.
I had it was a picture with the, you know, the Hardy Boy, the gun thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, oh my gosh, it's just crazy like being backstage at AEW, and just like I got to meet all these amazing people, like Tony Khan, you know, I got to meet him, which was amazing. I'm so happy, like humbled that, you know, they had me on their show in front of, you know, 20,000 people. It was like their biggest show. And like I met, you know, CM Punk actually. I'm still getting chills about it. I told him how much it meant to me, but he actually pulled me aside and said, you know, like he heard about my hiatus, how long it's been since I've been out of wrestling. And, you know, with him, like his story, he was out, you know, for 7-something years, and he came back to wrestling, which was amazing. I mean, you saw the hype for him and his comeback, which is awesome. And like he said to me, like, you know, I've heard that, you know, it's been 14 years since you've been out of the ring, and now you're back here tonight at AEW in front of 20,000 fans. He's like, that's amazing. And he's like, you know what, you're gonna kill it out there, and I'll be watching your match. And I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. Like all these awesome things were happening that night. It was like literally I was living in it like a dream. It was just, sorry I keep going back to that, but it was just, I'm still on a high from it all.
You know,
I have a high from it just being there as a fan.
I know it. Yeah, the energy.
Just watching from the stands was amazing.
Yeah,
you know?
it was amazing. So. Yeah, I'm sure. I can't even imagine like being in the ring, and then let alone, because I was that person. I went to all the wrestling shows growing up. I was actually I'll never forget. I was at the Raw show, WWE Raw, where Stone Cold Steve Austin did the beer truck in Albany, New York. Yeah, that was at the Pepsi Arena. It was called. Back then, and I remember being in the nosebleeds.
That memory will last in people's heads forever, because like something like that, like nobody, these kids these days will never remember.
No.
Arena? Isn't that dangerous? Like,
yeah, I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah, the Attitude Era was just nuts. It was such an awesome time to be a wrestling fan, in my opinion.
He had so many funny and crazy memories that like most of these kids won't even know. It won't even be able to be found on the network or whatever, the Peacock.
Yeah.
Like, moments like the hand when Mae Young gave birth to the hand.
Oh my god, yeah, there was just crazy moments. Yeah, and
like the Godfather. Oh my god, the PC principal of the fans, the Karens would be having heart attacks about the Godfather. Gosh.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a lot of it's PG now, but yeah, back then anything kind of went.
Yeah,
anything goes. Yeah.
Like Godfather calling girls hoes. Karens, yeah. I can hear the Karens cackling now.
I'm kind of surprised how much TNT lets AEW get away with, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, they tend, yeah, it's more of like a free form for.
They've been pushing the bar a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I think TNT has been aboard with it. It looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, the fans like it, so I mean, I'm sure the wrestlers probably feel more freedom to do other things. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it stays in that direction, because I mean that's the way, like we were just talking about, like the Attitude Era was all about like in your face, like raw, emotion and stuff, which is a lot of the wrestling fans like to see. I know I like to see it, so
Yeah, because they're allowed to say certain words that, like, if you say on USA, you're flagged forever.
Yeah, exactly. They said the word. They would said the word shit maybe 30 or 40 times in like 5 minutes, and I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? It's like this. I mean, back in the Attitude Era day, this would never have flied. Even on TNT, they would never fly with that. But now it's like, it seems like they're saying, okay, it's okay.
It's okay.
Let's get away with it saying it this once, and then let's get away with it saying another 5 more times.
Yeah.
Is there any other female wrestler in the indie scene or in AEW or in ROH that you want to work with? You thought of yet?
Oh my gosh, like anybody. I mean, I'm a fan of like all women's wrestling, so I mean anybody that would give me the opportunity, I would be happy to wrestle. Like there's so much talent out there now, and like I said, Thunder Rosa was just like, I mean, that was like, I mean, you can't get any better than that, like wrestling her. But yeah, I'd be open to like wrestle whoever. I mean, whatever opportunity comes up. So yeah.
So are you thinking? You think you're gonna make it into that tournament for the TNT title?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of pushing it, but I mean, like,
hey,
you never know. I guess, yeah. I mean, if the opportunity comes up, I would love to. Like, that would be amazing. Like, just keep it going. But yeah.
What do you think of that design of that title? Do you like the design of the belt, or do you think they should have went
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I know. I like it's like shiny and stuff. Yeah, it's like it looks like a title should look like. But
a lot of people are saying it kind of looks the same. You know what I mean? Oh, they're saying all the belts. Like I'm like, it's a belt.
Right.
Like I've seen different titles in the past. Like,
she would love to see you wrestle Shayna Baszler.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, that would be a fight.
Just be careful. Shayna likes to break arms.
I know. Well, I have some jujitsu and kickboxing background, so I mean, maybe I could pull out some of those moves.
It's always good to see. So yeah, as we said before you live, we're actually having the owner of Liberty Pro Wrestling from Alabama. Would you mind if we name dropped you to him?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't get better than 20,000 people.
Oh my gosh, no. I know. I keep saying it. I kept saying, it's a once in a lifetime, but the guys and girls in the back were like, hey, you never know. Don't say that. You could come back, and like, you never know. Like, just keep living, keep doing what you're doing and living the dream, because, it's not the end of it. So
it's like if you retired tomorrow, you'd be like, I'm good.
I know, right? Yeah.
Rosa, we good.
I mean, with anything, there's always room to improve and like be better, and like that's what I'm always like trying to do. What everyone's trying to do, that is following their dream. Just always try to be better and go for the next. Like, don't ever settle, or don't ever like be comfortable with, just settling. Like, always like try to do better and like keep focused and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's always good to have your like options open, like where you want to go and what you want to do. Like as you said, like you could like you want to try everything, like everybody and stuff like that. You don't just want to do this person, that person, but like it's wrestling now is like an open door.
It is
where you can go. And with you have a bright future in the wrestling game. I'm just saying.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Like you never know where this is going. I hope this leads you to winning a championship very soon.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, if that ever comes up, that opportunity,
Anywhere, AEW, WWE, anywhere, NWA,
even Impact. Impact also.
Anyway, I mean, there's so many. Like, I was just talking about this. There's so many more opportunities now than there was back in the day. Like, it's amazing. Like now, and especially for like women's wrestling is so respected now, and it's such like a thing that it makes me proud to be a part of it. and you never know like what the future holds. So I'm excited. Just I'm
Not
trying to embrace the moment.
Yeah, not only that, the forbidden door is open. So
Yeah.
if you end up in an Impact or like AEW, there are just also chances you could wrestle that other person. So that the
Right.
opportunities are endless.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
There's also, you could always end up in Ring of Honor, and Ring of Honor is another big place to go.
Yeah. Ring of Honor. Yeah, that would be amazing. Like, my all-time dream is to be in WWE. So, I mean, since I was a little girl, I grew up watching it, and that's everyone's dream. But yeah, like you said, any opportunity that comes up, I'd be open to it. So,
Have you ever wrestled in any other indie promotions on Long Island or in any other part of the country?
Trying to think. Rhode Island, I've wrestled in for just recently. It was for Beyond Wrestling, women's wrestling WWR Plus. It was actually on a beach, which was pretty cool. I mean, who could say they wrestled on a beach? It was pretty.
Yeah.
It was
That
pretty awesome.
was Masha Slamovich's paper.
That was Masha. Yeah, that was the Masha Slamovich. Yep, the Borscht at the beach. That was so awesome to watch that match. Oh my god, they killed it. Those girls. Yeah.
Masha's been on our podcast also. We've had Masha. We've had.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, I've met her, and she's just amazing. I'm so happy to see her. Get her opportunities and stuff because she's awesome.
We had her like the few days after Geek. We had her after the all women's pay-per-view in the NWA.
Empower.
Empower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
Tonight we're having another person from that pay-per-view. We're having Jamie Lynn.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're having Jamie Lynn. That should be interesting.
Awesome. Yeah.
Like, it's so fun getting, like, as I said, Geek and I have not been doing the podcast that long, since like March, and like now, like this last year today, we wouldn't know any of these people.
Aww.
We never know who you were. Like,
right?
This for us, like,
Aww.
Geek's from Long Island. I'm from PA, so like, you're in the middle. Right?
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I've worked for other promotions. Like I said, World of Hurt was my main one back in the day, but I've also worked for recently there's a really up and coming like all female promotion, which I'm all for, is Capital Championship Wrestling. They're based in Delaware, Houston, Delaware. And so far, like, they've had a couple shows now, and they've been really amazing, like, to me and to the girls that are in the locker room. Like, that's a really exciting one to be a part of. And Marcello is the guy there that runs it. He's amazing. Like, he's given me all these opportunities to wrestle there, which I'm super grateful for. I went up against, the up and coming, like the Renegade Twins. They're pretty badass.
We just had them on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I saw that. They're awesome. I love them. Oh my gosh. Robin and Charlotte. They're awesome.
They're super nice.
They are.
They were
from the South. They're awesome. That's why. Yeah. Anyone from the South is like awesome. But yeah, those two girls, they definitely, I told them, I'm like, you guys have it. Like, if you guys ever get the opportunity, like, you're going to go far. Like, they stand out. You know what I mean?
I think one of them was on AEW. I think
they were.
No, they're both. They're both dark.
Oh, both were? Okay. So the picture was only one in the picture. That's why I was like,
But if they ever get the opportunity, I could see them going like pro, like WWE or AEW or whichever promotion. But and I also had a match with Lena Lennox there at CCW. She's cool. I love the whole 80s vibe. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Lena, but
sounds familiar. It sounds like
you can watch it. So those shows on CCW, they're available on Title Match Network, so you can check it out. I know all these streaming things now. There's all these streaming wrestling.
So many.
So much.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
also
another girl we're trying to get in touch with. I don't know if you heard of Erica. Erica, I don't know her last name, but she always goes Hong Kong. I can't think of her last name.
Erica Lay, I think, or I
yeah,
think that's her name. Yeah. No, I've shared locker room with her at the what do you call it? The Beyond Wrestling one. There's so much. Oh my God. I can go on and on. Like, there's so much talent at Beyond like all these upcoming promotions that are amazing. So
so many female wrestlers out there.
Another
It's so,
good.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Go.
So another good promotion I want to also recommend, and Joe's going to agree with me. It's Victory Pro Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You heard of
Pro
them?
is
Or?
awesome.
I haven't got to work for them yet. I know there's just so many like out there, but I love the opportunity. Yeah.
Definitely should message them when you get a chance. Victory Pro, and also message NYWC.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'll have to
and,
reach out.
Yeah, Max Caster is actually going to be on Victory Pro tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
He's wrestling
Nice.
VFK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's sad I can't be at the show with him because as I said, I live in Pennsylvania, so it's kind of like I would have to make the whole weekend. And besides, I'm almost at the end of my vacation time, so I'm like,
Aw.
but I had fun. I went on a trip with my family to Salem, Massachusetts, so it was fun.
Oh my gosh, I love Salem. That's like one of my favorite spots to go. Around this time too, Halloween. Like I've been there a couple times, and oh, it's just I love Halloween's like my favorite. I don't know if that's like your favorite.
Oh, I love Halloween.
Holiday. I love it. Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure I have more Halloween decorations than I do Christmas decorations because I like to go all out like during the holidays and stuff. But yeah, Salem is awesome. I got to did you get to do like the historical walks, like the tours?
Kind of made me mad. We were there for like 24 hours. We went there, we walked around. My mom's like, "Oh, well, we're gonna go to the harbor and go get like." My mom wanted lobster rolls in the worst way.
Yeah, so
and
you gotta do those.
My dad's like, "Oh, I'll just have a hot dog." And by the time we got to the where they have that fish place, we were gonna go to. It was a long line. My mom's like, "No, we're not waiting in crowds."
Yeah.
My mom was furious. She was. I wanted. I can't have lobster because I'm allergic to shellfish. I wanted fish and chips in the worst way because
yeah,
we're by the harbor. Fish and chips in Boston, in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad.
I'm so mad. I was like,
yeah,
chips.
Aw. Yeah, if you get to go those historical walks, the tour guides are awesome. They have so many. I'm trying to remember what when I went to it was a while ago, but yeah, definitely check those out because there's so much history to Salem. Like, with the whole the witch stuff, which I don't even like. I feel like a lot of it back then was all hearsay. Like they weren't really into witchcraft or whatever. I think it was a lot of like, crazy stuff back then. Just
a
feel
lot of stuff like that went on down there. It was kind of sad because
like it is sad.
Some of those women they just did their thing and then they judged them for doing something they thought they were doing
different. Yeah,
they were different. It's like
what?
Like I have a question for you. The geek
sure. Yeah.
So what are your opinions on intergender wrestling?
I mean, I grew up, so one of my favorite wrestlers growing up was Chyna. So I mean, I'm all for intergender wrestling. Like I grew up watching her and she was such an inspiration to me to see her go in the ring against the guys and the girls that really like prove everyone wrong. And like she was really like the staple for like, girl power and like really, she pushed the envelope. I have so much like respect for her. Like she really inspired. She was one of my inspirations to start wrestling and like not be afraid to like I said earlier, I was the only female wrestler student at the time at my wrestling school. So I was definitely channeling my inner Chyna vibes for sure. And just recently, not to go off on a tangent, but like when I came back into wrestling, I reached out to I tagged Chyna's team. It was really sad. Her passing and everything really hit me hard. I know it hit a lot of people hard, but for me, it definitely hit me hard because I was such a big fan of hers growing up. And I actually reached out to her, like, it's crazy, like 9 days before she passed away. And I wanted to tell her how much like she inspired me and how, how much her legacy like really made an impact on my life. And I got to meet her actually back in the day. It was for her autobiography signing. I don't know if you guys remember the If They Only Knew book that she wrote. But yeah, she was, I just remember her being so kind and sweet and like she really like made an impact on my life, like with wrestling. And just because I know a lot of people, you know, they made fun of her because she was different. And, you know, I was made fun of a lot growing up. I dealt with a lot of bullying, and like just because I was, you know, I liked wrestling and I was different, I dressed different. I didn't, you know, I was a tomboy. And so like I could relate to, you know, to her in that way. And like it just meant a lot to me. So she responded to me when I reached out to her just, you know, 9 days before she passed. So that always like had a big effect on me, because like you never know, like you should always like tell your loved ones or like tell your friends and family how much you love them and like care, like tell people that inspire you today, because you never know if tomorrow you'll get that chance, or you know what I mean, like life's too short. Sorry to make it sad, but
No, you know, like
yeah.
that's what we love. We love when wrestlers tell their stories. You know, it can be
Yeah.
happy or sad. You know, it doesn't matter. Right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and like her, you know, her mom and her team reached out to me, which meant a lot to me. Like I was like, I couldn't like, they're actually, I don't know if they're watching this or not, but like they told me like, you know, it's awesome that, you know, she made such an impact on you, and we'll be following you, and like, you know, good luck out there and stuff like that, which meant a lot to me that, you know, that day her, you know, her family and her, the people close to her, you know, care about me, because I'm like who am I at the end of the day? I don't know. It's just like it's crazy. I don't know, all this stuff happening. But yeah. I actually not to keep going on a sad tangent, but you know, my first match back in 14 years, it was at WWR Plus, and actually on my way to the show, I ended up getting into my first car accident. Like I've never been in a car accident before. Some random person, you know, came out of nowhere and hit me, and that was life, you know, life changing. Like I'm sure if anybody that's been in a car accident, that like was like, yeah, like, and I just remember like my life flashed before my eyes, and I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is the way it's going down, on the way to my, at least I was following my dreams and doing wrestling, if this is the way it's going to go down. But luckily, like, you know, when it happened, I was like this close into like hitting the guardrail, and it could have been way worse, but I was able to stop my car safely. And I just remember sitting there in my car, and this huge big grasshopper came out of nowhere, and I was like, that's really random. This random grasshopper just landed on my windshield, and I was looking at him, he was looking at me, and I'm thinking, like, the more I thought about it, I'm like, there has to be a meaning to this, like, because I really believe in, like, I don't know if you guys believe in like signs and like things like that, but I looked up what it means. Like the grasshopper meant like don't be afraid, like, you know, there's going to be a big life-changing event in your life, and don't be afraid like of going after them. And like that really, when I read that and like being in that moment, I just was like, wow, my guardian angels are really looking after me, because I, you know, my yeah, it's just yeah, it's crazy that happened before the match. And like all I kept thinking was, oh my God, I can't miss this, I can't miss I can't miss my first match back. Like I remember telling the police officer that you know, did the police report, and I'm just like, is my car safe to drive? Like I got places to be, like I gotta go to my first match back in 14 years. And like it's just crazy, because like anybody would be like shook from like something like traumatic that happened, they got in a bad car accident, and like I just literally wanted to like shrug it off, like dust my shoulders off. I told the police officer, I'm like, is my car safe to drive? He's like, and then it was funny, he was writing it down on the police report. He was like, what's your wrestling name? He's like, oh my gosh, I'm such a huge wrestling fan. And he's like writing on the thing, and he's like writing my wrestling name down. I'm like, he's like, you're safe to drive. He's like, good luck tonight at the show. I'm like, it was just, and then off I went. My car was safe to drive, and then I went and had my first match back in like 14 years. And like, that was like, it's crazy. I know it's going to be a story I'll never forget. Like get into a car accident, and then, you know, just dust my shoulders off and do what I had to do. And like, I just remember the energy from that crowd that night was just amazing. And like, it was crazy. Like my cousin April and her daughter Bella were there. They came as a surprise, like 2.5-hour drive just to come see me wrestle for my first match back. And I don't know if you can watch it back, but like I literally, like, I was almost like in tears like when they came, because I was just so happy, like, you know, they were there, and like to support and just all the fans there that were so supportive, that actually remembered me from back in the day. And you can, it's on It's on Independent Wrestling TV, IWTV, on that streaming one. But yeah, it was crazy, like just the whole vibe and the whole energy that night. I couldn't have asked for a better night.
We've had other female wrestlers from, I don't know if you ever heard of Little Mean Kathleen.
Oh yeah, no, I wrestled her actually at the one we were talking about at the beach, the Borscht at the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something else. She's something else.
She's
Little
awesome.
Mean Kathleen.
She's so funny.
Her energy, she has that energy that needs to be on AEW Dark.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Her feet stomping and the way she do, like her thing.
Yeah, it's cool. To have that energy and be different.
They just had Becca on AEW Dark when they were in, I think, New England, right, Geek?
I think it was New England. Yeah.
Actually, it was Rochester.
Rochester, upstate.
I was actually I didn't get to I was actually there backstage for that show. It's funny you mentioned it because I was going to bring that up. That they actually that was my second time back at AEW, and even though they didn't have me in a match, I was just so happy to be there and just to see everyone again, and everyone was so welcoming, and they remembered me from last time because I was just so happy to be there. And it's crazy because I just remember I was just really taking it all in when I was there at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. And I remember Ty Conti came up to me and she's like, I just want to let you know that you're so adorable. You're just standing here in awe and so happy. Just I was literally standing there on the ramp and I was just taking it all in, just being in the moment. But so many people came up to me that were super nice, and they're just it's such a breath of fresh air to see someone that is just so excited to be here and really enjoy the moment and be super grateful to be here. And that's how I am. That's how I was at the show. And so the show at Rochester.
There's your friend. This is Christina Marie.
Oh,
show me the guns. Yeah,
I gotta show the guns.
There you go. I love it.
I wish you could have seen her episode last night. It was so
Oh, I watched it actually. Yeah,
wow,
that was. Oh my god,
that was a great episode.
Yeah,
I had to take off my glasses because I thought I was about to cry.
Yeah, I know. I saw you guys. Yeah, that was I mean, I have nothing but awesome things to say about Christina. She's amazing. She's been through so much in life, and she never once complains about anything, and she's just such a caring, selfless person that deserves she's been wrestling for over 6 years now, and she's been wrestling she's worked hard, she needs she deserves her opportunity too. I'm super happy that that we just recently connected, and I have nothing but awesome things to say about her.
She deserves the spot getting up and get on the AEW Dark. That's when they're going to Long Island for the AEW event.
December 8th.
Yeah, December 8th.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
You never know, Christina.
You never know. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. She deserves. Oh my God. Yeah, she deserves her opportunity. It's way overdue. I really hope that it all works out for her. And yeah, she's just good things happen to good people, and I really hope that opportunity comes, and it will, I'm sure.
Yeah. We that whole this whole journey that we've been on with all these random wrestlers now.
Yeah.
It's meeting you, Nina. We got a chance to meet a girl that comes from Scranton. I don't know if you're familiar with oh God, I always say her name wrong. Adina Steele.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I've heard of her. I haven't met her yet, but I've heard awesome things about her.
She's cool also. I swear all of you guys from the indies have been so welcoming to us. We've been doing this since March.
Yeah.
I get nervous thinking, oh my God, these people are going to come on the screen and give us a licking because we message so much. But I try to explain to Geek, I'm building a relationship with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Friends. We want to be we're, friends.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
We're friends.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, we're all friends. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're all in this together, I'm all for it.
Well, basically, we're all trying to do the same thing. You guys are trying to make it in wrestling. We're trying to make it in podcasting, right?
Yeah.
So
And you guys are doing a great job. Like, your guys are so full of energy. You guys are so happy and like welcoming for people on your show. So just keep doing what you're doing, you know?
Exactly.
Like, we would
Yeah.
love to get like a Tony Khan on our podcast. He's a
Oh my
big
gosh, yeah.
name,
Yeah.
but like I know you probably, if you see him again in an event, name
Yeah.
drop us. If you can name drop us, tell him
Okay.
we'd love to have him come on. We're
Yeah.
having the owner from Liberty Pro.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we're
cool.
having somebody from a promotion from the UK.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why not a Tony Khan?
Right. Exactly.
Our door is
Right to the
always
top.
open,
Yeah.
even though my room door is closed. But our Dudes at Ringside door is always open. It's Geek. I tell Geek, when someone walks away and storms off and they can't come and they can't make it, our door, there's always someone knocking on the door.
Not only that, Joe, I think I said this before, we're always squeezing people in somewhere.
Always.
Always.
We can have Tony Khan on a Sunday.
There you go. Have him over for Sunday dinner, you know?
There you go. Come to Pennsylvania. I'll chop your helicopter and land in my backyard. It's kind of a bumpy landing, but you can make a nice pot of rice and beans for you and a yummy nice thing of bent pork chops, lamb chops, whatever we want, Mr. Khan. We'll make it.
Oh my gosh. So like I kept running into him when I was at AEW. He was awesome, and like I just saw how hands-on and like how passionate he is about like everybody. He's just so like such an awesome leader, like to see it backstage. And like I just remember he was doing, his thing on the headset, and I saw Daniel Bryan was actually standing there, and I was like, here's my opportunity to talk to him. And I can relate to what he went through because, Daniel Bryan had a concussion really bad, and the doctors told him that he couldn't ever wrestle again. And then, I was like, here's my moment. Let me talk to Daniel Bryan. And I said to him, like, we had like a heart to heart. And I said, it really means a lot to see you here tonight, like back in the ring and against Kenny Omega, which they put on an amazing match, at the Arthur Stadium.
Watching that match live, my mind was blown.
Really, I know. Everybody, that was crazy. It was awesome. I was so happy for him, and like, so like I said to him, like, I was out of the ring for so long, and after having a concussion, and that really, it's more of like a mental thing too. Like it really messes with your brain. Like, am I ever going to be confident again in the ring? Is something going to happen? Like, and that's the stuff that goes in your head. And I'm sure he's gone through that too. The self-doubt and stuff like that, which we've all have. But like I'm like my worst critic too. Like I put myself down a lot, but that's just because I always want to like do better and like for my matches. But it does creep up, like that kind of stuff with having an injury, and like you never know if it's ever gonna come back. But so far so good. I mean, he's in the ring, he's doing his thing, and doctors told him that he couldn't do it, and so we had like a heart to heart about that, like talking about it, and I'm like, here we are proving them all wrong, which is amazing. Like I just can't believe like I actually talked to him about that. But yeah, you never say never. Like you just always gotta like follow your dreams and just I mean, I hope that people listening to this will be inspired that no matter what setbacks that you have in life, like can be anything, not pro wrestling or just anything, like just always like, stay focused and don't ever give up. And like whenever you feel down on yourself, just always believe in yourself that things get better, and like always try to improve. And like that's what I try to do. Like, I was earlier this year, I was going through a really tough time in my life, and I really had to dig deep to like get out of my mind and get out of my headset that I was in. And a lot of it was like a negative, toxic stuff that was going on in my life. And, once I cut that all off, things started changing for the better, which I'm really grateful and happy for, like, with the TV show that came up, and then I got back into wrestling, and now here I am, making dreams come true, which is, it's crazy. But yeah.
So that's a big question. What is the difference between wrestling and acting?
There's probably not. I mean, acting is a work of art. Like I give props to the actors and actresses out there that do it on a daily, like, because that's something I always kind of wanted to dabble into, but like I mean, wrestling kind of, like we all know it's not fake and it's not predetermined. It's like, it's a sport and it's
It's not fake.
entertainment too, but yeah, some of it's, can be acting, but I mean, you get hurt, obviously, like I broke
Yeah,
my
well,
nose, in a wrestling match recently. So like you can get hurt, and like just it's a lot of athleticism and you know, acting plays a part in it, but yeah.
I was gonna ask if you want to talk about that, but I don't know if you want to talk about the nose breaking.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it happened. I mean, stuff happens in the ring. I got, my head was down when it happened and I got chopped in the face pretty hard, broke my nose, but I'm still smiling. So I
stay
mean,
positive.
that's right. Yeah. That's all you got to do is just stay positive when stuff happens that you can't, So, but yeah, I'm healing now. The doctor said, that it could have been worse. So I'm very blessed. I'm thankful that it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But yeah, I just gonna heal and then look forward to the next thing that's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was telling Joe this. You know what Britt Baker did when she broke her nose?
Oh yeah, what?
She sold T-shirts with
Oh, there you go.
with a picture of a broken nose.
Oh wow, yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. What?
Yeah, good for her. She should. Yeah.
You were like, when you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a promo for you guys," but I looked at your thing. You said something like, "But I may look like a badass." I'm like, don't make the promo.
I know.
You look fine.
I covered it up pretty well, but my eyes are like, I got black eyes still from it healing. That isn't really a sight to see. But yeah, I just.
Sorry. Did you see the Little Mean Kathleen promo that she made on during the podcast, like before the podcast?
Yeah.
She didn't to record it. She has her cell phone and she's literally doing this. She's like, I'm Little Me. Like she says, "Oh, you're listening to Dudes That Ringside podcast."
Yeah.
Like, I'm Little Me Kathleen. And I'm like, enjoy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was like a perfect Little Mean Kathleen promo because it's just her with her cell phone moving all over the place. I'm like, I should have put warning, don't look it directly on the video. She's moving around with the camera.
Yeah.
It's like vomit bag needed. Like,
yeah.
Here we go. Let's go fun dudes at Ringside Podcast questions. What's your favorite food?
Oh my God. I love food. I'm just like, I don't know if I can pick one. You know what? I do love, because I'm being Italian, I love anything Italian. So like, fettuccine Alfredo, pizza, or like, any Italian dish is like my go-to. I love all food, but yeah, there's nothing like a nice Italian like dish or like, yeah. I like vodka sauce a lot too. I don't know if you guys like Italian food, or what kind of food do you guys like?
You go first.
Burgers and pasta.
Oh yeah, yep.
Not the
same time, but it's like, but
yeah.
Two of my favorite foods, cheeseburgers and pasta.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm half Puerto Rican, so I like Italian food. I can go for a penne alla vodka.
Oh yeah,
I'm for like raviolis. At my job, Key Food, they actually make fried raviolis and they have them in the case.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh, they're so good. But I get so mad when you guys have marinara sauce and they're like, "Joe, you really want everything, don't you?"
Yeah.
Raviolis, Joe. And then I'm like, I told them as a joke that I ate the raviolis, but like, what, Joe? I'm like, I had to use ketchup. Marinara sauce.
Yeah, I know that's the worst when you have to use ketchup instead of marinara. But yeah, I've been there.
There's an Italian tripping over a sidewalk. Going, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, I love all food. So.
And then my Puerto Rican side immediately goes, "You forgot us." The rice and beans, either the red rice with the Goya beans, or the Ben Neal, the pork thigh with a crispy skin on it with the white rice and the beans, the pile of beans on the side like a river.
Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah.
Always in my house.
Dream places to travel.
To travel,
For wrestling.
I've always wanted to go. I love traveling. If I could do it like around the world, if I could afford it, I would. But like one of the places I always wanted to go to was England.
Mhm.
Because if you didn't know, I'm a huge Spice Girls fan. So I've always wanted to go visit there just because, they're from there. And it would be awesome to like just sightsee and check it out and, like Big Ben and like, the palace and all that stuff. And yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, I love to travel anywhere. I'm not like, it's awesome like to see what the world, if you could do it in the
There's
time.
another promotion that you can check out later on. They're
Mhm.
called Coventry Pro Wrestling. They're in England.
Mhm.
They're on Instagram. That you can check them out under CPW.
CPW Insta.
They're from England. What's that, geek?
CPW Insta.
CPW Insta. That's what they are.
That's their
Yeah.
handle.
We connected with a lot of wrestlers from that promotion. A lot. We have Shorty. Kiara is the first ever that got us in the door for the British wrestling fans. We have Shorty's like, she's a little spitfire. She's like 4
Yeah.
foot. She will clothesline spear your head off your body.
Yeah.
She's a little spitfire, and she loves it. And then we're talking about craziness, hardcore. We got to talk about Alfie. Alfie is her finish one spear away from knocking you off your feet. She's tall. There we go, right behind you, Alfie. That's Alfie, right behind Geek.
She sent the shirt.
Oh, cool.
She
There you
sent
go. Yep.
before her episode. It was so cool. I was like, whoa. So do you have any merch that our fans could any of our fans could pick up yet?
Yeah, I'm selling like 8x10s and shirts I have. I can give you guys the link to it if fans want to check it out. That'd be cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did your grandpa ever make the usual Sunday sauce every Sunday?
Oh my gosh. I know there's let me see this.
You got
I
ready.
know there's nothing like a Sunday. I was just saying there's nothing like a Sunday dinner like sauce with the Italian.
There's a pizza that by my house we always used to get. We haven't got it in a while. It's a pizza with Sunday sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good.
It sounds good, yeah.
It's on the Sicilian pie. They put it on a Sicilian pie with the Sunday sauce on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that sounds good.
My wrist just popped. I was like trying to do like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Aw.
Like, I'll eat the whole pie by myself. I'm like, forget about it. Geek mod, you get your own pie. I'll need napkins. # lots of napkins.
Yep.
I'll look like the little kid with the pasta bowl on his head. That'll be me covered in pasta sauce, just eating it by myself in the corner with a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely we could definitely help our fans find you so they could buy some of your shirts and we have stickers. That's what I was trying to tell you in the chat that one day.
Oh yeah, yep.
If you ever want one of our stickers, let us know. We could send it to you in the mail. If you ever
Oh,
want
cool.
one.
Yeah. I know a lot of people collect stickers now, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have any, but yeah, that's cool.
Or if we ever come across you at a show, we could always give you stickers there too.
Oh, sweet. There you go.
You said CCW, right? You do stuff with CCW?
Yeah.
No, that's Capital. She's doing the Capital.
Capital Championship Wrestling and
not Coastal, Joe.
Oh, I thought it was Coastal because there's one that Geek goes to in Florida when he's there, and I was like, maybe it's that one.
No.
Yeah, no. I know.
But we're also having the owner of CPW on our podcast as well in November.
We'll name drop you again to him.
Oh, so, cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Put your name out in England. Like,
Yeah. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh, no problem. Is there any upcoming shows you're doing you want to promote?
So yeah, there's I have a show coming up. Well, depending on my nose, we'll see. But I'm gonna be facing Chelsea Green at World of Hurt Wrestling October 29th, and after that, I have a show at Capital Championship Wrestling in November. But yeah, there's a lot going on, but I'm sure I'll keep you guys posted, and so fans can check it out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Also
yeah,
about
stay
the movie
tuned.
too. Also
we're
about
talking
the
about
movie
your
too.
movie, and with that event you just said, if you can find a poster, ask your promotion first. Don't just get it. We don't want either of us to get in trouble. Ask your promotion if you can. Send us a poster. We'll toss the poster up on our Instagram wall.
Oh, I can send it to you guys now. The poster for it, yeah, it's already out. It just hasn't. There's no release date yet for the show when it'll be on Prime and Hulu. But yeah, no, it's all available online. I can send it to you guys so you can share it. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We can put it on the Facebook. We'll put it everywhere so people will be like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
We'll get it.
I don't want to ask for too much, but if
you're good, yeah.
But if it's possible, if you had a clip from the show, we could put it on the Dudes at Ringside.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I'll send you guys. Yeah, it's all out. I can send you guys.
If you can't do that, that's fine. But
no, you can, yeah, no, of course. And another thing, like, it meant so much to me, like at the premiere. I don't know if you guys saw. I've been trying to catch up on stuff, but Thunder Rosa actually came to the premiere.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Christina was there with me, so it was just awesome, like to have my girls there and like all the cast and crew and like all my friends and family that were there. It was like I'm still on a high from that too, like from everything like that's happened these last 2 weeks. It's been amazing. So
that made me laugh because I saw the picture of you two. You were wearing this suit and she had the dress on, and I took the like you're gonna put the thing on your story, and I sent it to Geek. I copied it to my pictures and I said, Geek, look who was hanging out with each other, and he was like, "Oh my God, Christina and I were hanging out." It's like,
yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think that suit, by the way, your suit was really nice that night.
Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to, try a different look, and the suit look is pretty cool. And like, I got it. Like, it's my colors, like pink and black. So
it was a pink suit. I was like, oh gosh.
I had to represent. That was cool. Thank you guys.
No problem. If you have to go, we totally understand.
Oh
no, it's good. Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
I have one more question though, actually.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry.
I know I'll go back to this earlier, but who's like your dream opponent that's male that you would love to face in the ring?
That's a male, you said?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to. I mean, wow. I don't even know. There's a lot. I mean, I could say someone like that inspires me, like Sting or something, but like I guess I haven't really thought about like my dream match. My dream match would be with a male. Like maybe if I tag team like with Sting, that would be a dream match.
Like oh boy,
I forgot to answer last night. Christina, it's okay, Christina. You can answer it now in the chat. We'll just
you can do it now.
Yeah, Christina, you get to answer.
You can always just send her the code and she can come in live and be like, it was this. I gotta go. Bye, guys.
Yeah. I mean, to go up against, I'm not sure, but the tag team would be like Sting, that would be cool. But
you and Kenny Omega would be awesome, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. That would be cool if I got,
Well, if you ever did a women's tag team championship in AEW, you and Christina could be a tag team. The Spark Muscles.
Yeah. Wait, let's see. The courageous
Courageous Sparks.
The Courageous Sparks right there.
I got a little bit of a bend in the muscle.
That's good.
A little bit of that.
That's going to be a tag team on the Indies. I guarantee it in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, for sure,
yeah. And then they're like, "Thanks, dudes at ringside."
We better get that first picture. We better get that first the picture to put on the Instagram. You two
oh yeah, I gotta post more stuff because it's somewhere out there where we did it, the Courageous Sparks thing. But yeah, I'll post it again.
That came in my head. The Courageous Sparks. The Courageous.
Oh yeah, I know it's got a nice ring to it, right?
Yeah. It's not being used.
All right, we want to thank you so much for coming on, by the way.
No, thank you guys so much. I hope I didn't talk too much on here.
No. As you said, it's good that you talk because we just ask questions and then we're like, Geek, what do we do now? We have nothing else. We're just gonna sit here 10 minutes like, And we
No, you
learned
guys
from
were amazing. I really appreciate you guys asking me to be on here. And it's like, it's just amazing. Like, thank you so much for sharing your stories with me. And thank you for letting me like have a platform to share my stories. It means a lot to me. So
It's like,
And if you want
our
to come back
platform is sorry.
anytime,
Right.
you can.
yeah, of course. Yeah. I'd love to come back.
Yeah,
And we're thinking about doing like a New Year's Eve show. We'll probably film it in advance, and you can come on to the party. I'll be dressed up in a suit because it's New Year's Eve. So like we'll be dressed up. We'll let you know
There
when
you
we're
go.
going to do the New Year's Eve episode, and we'll have you come on. We'll have Christina come on. We'll hang out.
There you go. We'll hang out.
Have a
Yeah.
New Year's Eve party.
Have a big party. Woo.
yeah.
I can't wait.
And we'll
Yeah.
just air on New Year's Eve. We'll tape it
Yeah,
in advance.
like we did for Halloween, because we had a female wrestler named Mother Endless, and we filmed a Halloween
Oh,
episode
yeah.
coming up really
wow.
soon with her.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Joe didn't see it. Joe didn't see it yet. Joe hasn't even seen it yet.
I haven't seen the finished footage, but I know it must have been great.
Dude,
Like,
Aw.
it sounded and looked amazing, by the way. The finished
Aw.
footage. I'm just gonna let you know. So
yeah,
just
you'll have
wait
to go on the YouTube channel and check it out. That was
Yeah,
like,
I'll have to check it out.
when we air it. It's aired on Halloween. So
There you go.
yeah. So I was just gonna say one more thing before. I was gonna say our platform is all the wrestlers' platform. So there you go. So
we do this for you guys. This is our microphones we give to you guys. Like, here, this is yours.
Aw, that's awesome.
Me,
Yeah,
the host,
really
this is you. This microphone's for you.
nice. Literally, yeah. No, that means so much to me. I'm sure everyone's so appreciative when they come on here. Like you guys do so much, like giving us a platform so we can share our stories and like to everyone. So thank you so much for doing this. And I love chatting with you guys. I love hearing your stories too. Like, you know.
all right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you guys so much. I know.
I think I'm right. Later. I have to do this with one arm now.
I know.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much again.
Bye.
See you later. That was so much fun.
That was a fun interview, Joe.
That was so much fun. And thank you, Christina, for coming into the chat and keeping our chat warm.
But you didn't answer the question.
Oh, bummers.
Oh, well.
She's waiting for the
code. Well, all right. Well, you guys could always donate to us at http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside. http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside. Joe?
Well, we will be back tonight at 8 p.m. with our guest, Jess. Oh, wait. You're welcome. Thank you, Christina.
Still here.
Look at this. Look at the bend in that now, Christina. Look at that. I never noticed I have a bend in that. Look at that. Ooh. All those cans and that stuff I live at Key Food. Why do girls not want to be with it? Because I'm a wrestling fan. Well, talk to us later when we're hanging out with our guests.
Jamie Lynn.
See you guys later.
Later.
Good night.
No, wait.